Yeah, sure. In Lakshmi and Rohini both are new uh, for the call. If you would like to introduce yourself.
And I was told about this group by a friend of mine, Kevin, and it seemed really interesting. I love walking everywhere. I sometimes will like say instead of taking a rickshaw or something, I will like get down from say the metro and walk home because I really enjoy it. And yeah, unfortunately, we don't have as good roads as we would like. So, I want to know in what way we can work towards making things better in the environment for all of us.
Nice, great to have you join us.
Yes, thank you.
Lakshmi, would you like to go next?
Yeah, my name is Lakshmi, and I actually can't remember how I got onto this group, but I think, like Rohini said, I also love walking everywhere, city, non-city, everywhere, and I live in Kolaba. So, relative to, and I've also grown up in Dadar Parsi colony and Chembur. So, um, relatively, I think I've had good luck with walking because some parts of South Bombay are still very nice to walk in, and but even here there are pockets where it's inconvenient, and so anyway, I just want to see how I can help to improve things.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it's nice that you have more people from different neighborhoods also join. Great. How did you hear about this? Oh, you said you couldn't remember. Okay.
That's what I'm trying to
That,
remember, whether it was, because some of these worlds are related. Anything to do with the urban space, I think, and what a city faces. So I am also interested, and I do a little bit of solid waste management. And so, I mean, so some of these things overlap. So maybe it was Kedar, Sony, I can't remember.
okay.
Yeah.
We also have Priyanshu, I think, is joining you. If you would like to introduce yourself.
Hi all, I'm Priyanshu Trivedi. I belong from Lucknow and I'm actually residing in Mumbai for almost around 2 years. Uh, I live in Kandivali East, Kurli Road side, where we had the event plan. I wanted to contribute to the Environment Day program, but sadly got into some personal plans. But maybe I would love to, explore what all activities the walking project is conducting and maybe contribute in however regards I can.
Great. We actually have a few people who are working in Kandavali. We have a group within the community. If you would like to join that, you're welcome to.
Sure, sure. Just let me know. Someone can ping me maybe on WhatsApp and I will be glad to join.
Sure. We have Aditya on call. He's also from Kandavali. So maybe if you would like, you can connect with him as well, or I can just repin the group link if you would like to join it on the general chat. So I am just facing some trouble recording the meeting. Naruk, if you can record the meeting today, will that be possible for you? Okay, maybe yes.
Aishwarya, good morning. Are you asking everyone to introduce themselves?
Yes,
I
yes.
joined a few minutes late.
No, only the people who are new or have joined.
Oh, okay, okay, right.
I will just figure out the recording in a few minutes.
Should we start off?
Yes, actually, I was just facing some issue recording today's call. So I'm just trying to figure out if it is possible. Otherwise, we can just start in a minute. Okay, I will take minutes of this meeting and I'll post it facing some issue recording it. I can start with a few updates. In the start of the week, Vedant met the traffic inspector of Central Railway. It's with the ongoing study for the tactile tiles on railway stations. So we had already prepared a report on it, and we have audited around 5 stations on Central Railway and 3 stations on Western. So the report that has been compiled is to be submitted to the DRM and the GM, General Manager, and the District General Manager. So the meeting with the General Manager did not happen yet. So we just discussed the report with the traffic inspector, and he said it is good to go. So it is sent via email to the General Manager. Now we're just awaiting for a meeting with them. I'll just share the report again for everyone's reference. I hope my screen is visible. Okay, I think it should be visible. So this is the report. Mainly Vedant and one person, Krish, had worked on it. He is from an organization called Indian Transport Infrastructure and Urbanism Community. So we basically wanted to audit the laying of tactile tiles at different railway stations. The problem that we noticed that a lot of times guiding tiles and warning tiles were being used interchangeably at various stations. Vedant had actually come across an incident where a visually impaired person was very confused in navigating their way on the platform. So that is why we conducted this audit, and we have these are the stations that we kind of audited in the laying of the tactile tiles. If they were mostly correct, partially correct, or mostly incorrect or absent. So the Central Railway stations mostly had incorrectly laid tiles. The 2 stations, Bandra and I think the other Western, which we audited on the Western line, were mostly correct. But these are the ones that were uh, very wrongly laid tiles. We are also continuing to audit more stations. We need more stations to be audited on the Western line, so that is ongoing. So this report was discussed with the traffic inspector, and this will be then submitted to the general manager and taken up. We want to tell them to first conduct a thorough audit of all the stations which have problems like this, and then standardize the laying of the tiles across all the stations so that we don't have discrepancies. Also, the new FOBs that are there also have no tactile tiles at all. So that is also something we are pushing to have proper tactile tiles on the bridges as well. That is one update. We also had a meeting with the Dean of NID, Sri Ganesh, and I actually had a meeting with her. Sri Ganesh, if you would like to add more things we can. Basically, it was a meeting to discuss if the students can be involved in redesigning hawker stalls with bamboo. So, what was discussed was that the students can have a 6 to 9 month long uh, kind of a program where they come to Mumbai, make some prototypes out of bamboo, and through like from walking project, we would help them in understanding the dimensions and the footpath divisions and how a stall should be aligned. So
Ca- Can I add to that, Aishwarya?
yeah.
Okay. Just for benefit of everyone, I was trying to look at because in a discussion. First, let me introduce. I have lived in different parts of Mumbai, which is Kolaba, Warden Road, near Navi Mumbai, then Vadala, and now I live in Andheri East. And I was also responsible for a project through my company, which is one gentleman said Akurli Road. It is at the end of that Akurli Road. There is a Lokhandwala complex. So I was involved with the project there also. So I know different parts of Mumbai. And one of the discussion that happened with my local MLA was relating to and the corporator was relating to the hawkers, and just throwing out the hawkers is not a solution because they are having a livelihood. What could be the solution for them? So that made me think. I said the best one to approach is the National Institute of Design, and unfortunately NID Ahmedabad did not respond to my mails. And then I got a contact of a student in NID Bengaluru, and she gave me the dean's email ID. I kept on following, and suddenly one day he responded saying that my colleague is in Mumbai, she can meet with you. And she came and met us, and there seems to be a good interest. And in the meanwhile, I found another person in Bhagalpur, of all places. He has created a um, for perishable goods, hand push cart of different 3 or 4 versions, in which the food products can be kept in a air conditioned kind of atmosphere. There's no machine involved. There's a separate technology. He's a doctorate and passed out from IIT Kanpur, and he's done a very good job. So I've connected both of them and said, please see if you can create something which will be suitable, because it has multifarious effects. One is the street vendors will get out of the footpath. They will have proper vehicle, and I've put in a lot of thoughts into it, but said that students will have to put in their 2 bits, walk with the vendors, see their problems, understand what could be the best design, and put it together. And the outcome is also in terms of the loss of perishable commodities like vegetable and fruits. If you have really studied the vendors, you will see that by end of the day they throw their produce because they cannot sell, and it is no point in keeping it. That is one part. The other part is uh, most of us Mumbaikars are used to buying the food product off the street, off the footpaths, and these fellows, they store the material in whichever way they like. So the storage also is an important aspect. I have given some thoughts and ideas. If somebody is interested, let me know. I will email the message that I sent to NID, Dean of NID Bangalore. So you can also put in your thoughts into it. So we are waiting for a response from the Dean. That is where we stand. Hopefully, if it works out, it will be a good element, and it can help street vendors. For example, the lady who is talking from Kolaba, just look around the Kolaba post office area. It is chaos with all these street vendors. So that is the scenario. trying to for a win-win situation. That's the thinking. Thank you.
Yeah. Along with this, we actually also discussed the footpath zones that are there, and how street vending should be organized in the multi-utility zone. So this is the kind of example we gave. This image is from Dadar, where a hawker stall is aligned in the MUZ, and we have a free walking zone. So this is an AI generated image we had created to visualize what a bamboo stall could look like. So the yellow marking is something called a demarcated vending zone. So the dimension should be such that it is within the MUZ, which is around 1.5 meters wide, and it should be oriented in a way that it does not impede the walking movement. So the opening of the stall should be on the longer side of the footpath and not the shorter side. Even over here, if you observe, the opening of the stall is towards the road and the longer side of the footpath, so that the walking zone is not obstructed. So these are some details that the students will have to keep in mind when they would actually work on the prototype, and even the location at which they're looking at. So these were some of the points that were also discussed. This is actually a part of the mayor presentation that we have made. We are awaiting a response from the PA regarding a meeting with her. Vedant has reached out to the PA last week, actually, and we have not gotten a response yet. So we are still waiting if we could have a meeting with her.
Aishwarya, sorry, I did not update you. Last evening, I met with the mayor and her PA. I'm assuming he's the PA.
Okay.
I reminded her she was all at sea with respect to the moment I said walking project. So she couldn't recollect anything. So probably the PA has not told her much. And unfortunately, I had to leave and I couldn't stay on. This was at an event and I couldn't stay on. So I couldn't push her. But some reminder will be required. If let it lie loose till Vedant comes back. I don't want to add to your agenda of things to be done.
Okay, yeah, I think it would be better if the three of us, or even if some more people want to join, would go. As a reminder, I think we can still maybe reach out as a follow-up, but hopefully, if it is scheduled next week, would be better. Next week. Kevin, you want to say something?
Oh yeah, give me a wait. Just about to say something and I changed my screen. Okay, I'm back. Okay, I have some updates on the ideas for the tree trimming presentation. So I had come across some posts put up by the ward committee chairperson of the K West ward on sustainability during the budget session in the corporation hall. And I felt, I think he's in his 40s. And I've also been following a couple of other corporators from the K West ward. They also are in their 40s. And Amit Satam is obviously from that area, and he's been doing a lot of work regarding, the cancellation of the tender of the bollards, etc. So what I felt was that these people would be better people to approach regarding the presentation. So yesterday I messaged the ward chairperson and asked him for a meeting, not a meeting. Let's have a conversation about how we can have a presentation for Amit Satamji and the corporators of K West Ward, whoever we can rope in. So he's got back to me and said that we can speak about this on coming Tuesday. So that would be day after tomorrow. So I'll have a chat with him and then see if we can have a presentation regarding tree trimming using scientific arboricultural standards. And yeah. Next thing is that in my society, the tree trimming is also needed. We need to do tree trimming, and we had a managing committee meeting, and the quotation that Tricotech, which is the arborists company, uh, the amount was passed by the managing committee, but they had a couple of concerns which I am working on sorting out. So hopefully we should be able to trim the trees in my society using scientific arboriculture-based tree trimming. So what I was thinking that we can use this opportunity to bring the K West ward corporators, maybe Amit Satamji, and if Shri Ganesh, if you can speak to our wards, that's K South wards, ward chairperson, Mr. Musale, if he would be happy to come and have a look at how it's done. So they can basically see live how the trees are being trimmed, what is the equipment that is being used, the personnel that are there, how they use ropes, how to climb the tree and, or rather not climb the tree, rather access the tree's branches and make correct pruning cuts. So this would be a good live demonstration for corporators to see. And if we can get some MLAs, if Moji Patel can come, that would be nothing like it. Yeah, so that's what I have for now.
Yeah, I think if Moji Patel or if some person from the ward office or an MLA would come, that would be really great if they could attend.
We
Yeah,
are not looking at
let me
board
know
office. We're not looking at
Kevin.
board. Sorry, one second. We're not looking at BMC people as such because we have kind of decided that we have our approaches to the BMC have not borne fruit. So now we have changed our strategy towards our elected representatives like corporators and MLAs.
Yeah, once you fix the date, you let me know. I hope the garden officer has given you a go ahead. That's the issue you had,
No, the
that the
garden.
committee had.
It's not the no. The garden. The committee basically has an issue that.
Yeah,
Uh,
that you told me that. Did you get? Oh, okay, Saturday you won't have. So Monday you can get his clearance, and once you fix the date, you let me know. I will try and see if the corporator at least can come in.
okay. Yeah,
Okay?
and I just
Yeah.
thought that on the side note, I thought that maybe even this letter from Mr. Pawar, who is the assistant superintendent garden, would not be really required. So I've decided that after speaking to you and other people, that the issue that the managing committee had, that the local tree trimmers would come and create trouble if we get another private tree trimming service because they would be trying to protect their turf. That particular concern is completely unfounded. There is no such mafia for this particular thing. So you can basically
True.
approach any tree trimming service as long
Yeah.
as you have the garden department's tree trimming permission. You can yourself go and trim your trees provided you're following correct principles.
Correct. So you let me know when you're planning. I will try and
Sure.
get these two.
Sure.
I'll talk to Murji Patel also. Let's see who is agreeing to come.
And since Rohini is also on call, I will let you also know, Rohini. Maybe your mom, who is the secretary of your building, she also can come and have a look. So if she's interested, and anyone else who's interested from your side, you can actually come and see how it's done.
Absolutely, I'd really love for that. So please let us know the dates.
And in
And
fact, you are also invited.
yeah, I will be there for sure. If I know the dates in advance, just let me know. And if I'm
Absolutely.
free, for sure, I'll be able to make it.
I think it would be really good if there is one person to like document when the trimming activity is happening. Maybe like exactly how they're doing it. Maybe some videos or photos, so we can have a social media post also.
I will try to document it, but let's put this particular post up on the group if there is someone who is more professional in documenting, has got a better camera because we will be taking it using mobile phones. So if someone
Yeah,
has a camera, someone can document it. I mean, I'll try from my side.
yeah,
That would be a nice thing to do.
yeah. Also, Kevin, I just had one more like suggestion. If you could maybe make a write a note or maybe in the minutes about the point that you said that permissions regarding the tree trimming activity that you said that we need permissions only from the garden department and then any individual society can carry out the trimming activity. So that also, maybe if we just have it as a
I think that this is just limited to my society's chairperson who's having these unfounded concerns. I don't think this is something which we need to really kind of worry about. But if you
okay.
really feel, yeah, it's just because I spoke to a bunch of people. I spoke to Sri Ganesh. In fact, I spoke to Vaibhav from Tricotech. No one has ever come. In fact, he was like, "This is a most bizarre concern that I have come across." So I don't
Hmm.
think we need to worry about this one person's apprehension.
Okay, all right. Usually, I mean, I've heard from a lot of other society members also about just the permissions that would require. So this was a very good, uh, but yeah,
Uh,
sure.
the permission that you require is from the garden department. That everybody knows that this was a very strange, just one-off issue where the chairman was worried that if we don't use local tree trimmers, there's a mafia which is not existing. So that was his figment of his imagination. So let's not worry about that.
Interesting, sure. Okay, we can, I think I can move on to the other update. We actually had a uh, street engagement on Friday as a part of the Friday Public Transport Day at BKC. So BKC Moves is an initiative and a coalition of various organizations, and basically it is to improve the public transport and connectivity to different stations like metro stations, bus, and in general in BKC. So we had the first banner engagement and local engagement at various locations like BKC metro station, Kurla railway station, and Bandrai station. So basically, we had placards like these. We had stickers that Walking Project printed, and all of the other things were organized by WRI. We had students from Hire College and IES College also come in as volunteers. And the agenda was to basically just interact with people and ask what they feel about the trans Friday Transport Day. We got a lot of cynical remarks by people who were passing by that why only Fridays or the public trans we already use public transport. What is really different about this? But it was mainly to shift the single occupancy car users to also use public transport. And the larger agenda is that we improve the connectivity to the public transport and metro stations, bus stations. We increase the frequency of buses. So it was a lot of people were also interested and appreciated the effort that all the organizations and people were putting in. Key updates from these were that City Flow increased their bus fleet by, I think, we get to get the exact numbers, but we had more buses running from City Flow. They are also a part of the BKC Moves organization. Best, I mean, they don't really have buses, but through Chalo, they were running more number of buses. We had yeah,
City Flow has 100 buses. They said that they will be running 50 more.
right. Okay. I missed, I think, this number, but yeah. So 50 more buses, as Kevin said, were run by City Flow, and we also had data on people using public transport apart from using cars or Ola and other private cabs. Uh, there were people who interacted with traffic police as well on that day, and the like perception or what the traffic police noticed that the traffic cleared better than other days on Friday specifically. So overall, it was a good start, I would say, and but we are still awaiting MMRDA and other agencies to kind of work together to improve um, the whole public transport connectivity and the fleet numbers within BKC. From Walking Project side, Vedant had a meeting with Mr. Mahadev from MMRDA. He's from the Transport and Communications Department, and he is now appointed as the Chief Officer for Line 4 Metro, if I'm not wrong, Line 4 or 3. But basically, we had a meeting with him with these kind of spot fixes that could be done immediately to improve the walking conditions to the metro station and around bus stops, so that every Friday when there's a public transport day, people would see some improvement on ground at least. So through our mapping, we kind of marked all of the points where there are temporary obstructions which can be cleared very easily, like bush pruning, or just removal of uh, guardrails that are obstructing the crossings, etc. So this was taken as a detailed report to him, and he was very receptive of it and very enthusiastic about improving it. And he has committed to have a on-ground site visit at these specific locations next week, so that we could take a look at what is the exact situation on ground, and so that we can improve it. For example, this is something we have marked over here, that parking is something we see that is happening at junctions, especially along zebra crossings, which uh, obstructs the crossing path of pedestrians. So we have suggested adding cones to like deter parking exactly at the crossings. So similar points were suggested to him, and we're hoping that these can be enforced, since we have MMRD actively working on BKC moves. And Kevin, you want to say something?
Yeah, I wanted to say that, on this particular improvements at spot places, can we kind of also think of, like, using tactical urbanism? Have you incorporated that in places where you can?
Yeah, so that is something that we have kind of marked over here as well. So this is, I can't, at specific junctions, we have asked them to tighten the curbs where vehicle speeding is happening. So that is something we have suggested to them. Vedant had his reservations on it because it would require traffic police's go ahead for that. So in terms of having it as a quick fix, it might not be, but we are still pushing for it at like at least at BKC Road or the roads connecting to BKC Road.
So when you're dealing with traffic, I just wanted to remind you, like, the experience that we had with the police inspector traffic at Sahar Traffic Division. So have that mindset that we are kind of always trying to smoothen the flow of traffic rather than talking about footpath extension as such. So
Yeah,
since that is their focus, so just have that as a thing at the back of your mind.
yeah. I'll definitely make a note of it. And I mean, Mr. Madev was also very receptive and accepting of the same idea that we actually discussed the curbs that were reduced after cycle tracks were removed, and he was aware of the same problem. So he was very forthcoming on it, and I think, as you said, we can add more locations where the curbs can be tightened for the same. Yeah.
Excellent work, Aishwarya.
Fantastic,
Excellent.
fantastic.
So hopefully, this, especially at least around the metro stations, if this happens as a immediate thing, it would, I think, would improve the walking and just the visibility, on ground visibility highly. So hopefully next week the meeting happens and this is sped up.
You could probably add a point that it can improve visibility for vehicles, so that any kind of accident related issues can be curtailed. So this is also something to kind of use in our favor.
Yeah, definitely. So we had actually marked the blind spots also that were happening because of the traffic islands that were inaccessible. So this is also a point, I think Vedant brought it up. Um, Flattening, that would be a longer time that it would take, but definitely could ask them as a long-term improvement. Next update I would like to give is that we had a meeting with IIT Bombay. We have been in touch with them since last month, and basically the professor who's in charge of uh, he actually reached out to us through one of the weekly meets, and he wanted Walking Project to be involved in uh, the summer internships that IIT Bombay takes. So a lot of the students who had signed up for the summer internships, he was suggesting that we take a on like a walkability problem statement and have a tech solution to that. So after a discussion, we had two problems that we looked at, which was intersection analysis and to create a VR experience so that officials or anyone could experience walking on our roads. So that is something that we discussed with the students. This is Vedant using the VR headset. So students had basically created the uh, like the 3D space in the VR, and we're trying to replicate the roads that we have on our in our neighborhoods. And the agenda is to kind of try to make people experience the existing walking conditions and what an improved walking condition would feel like. So we are looking at roads that have bad like curb line alignment, where there is a lot of pedestrian and vehicular conflict, and we want people to kind of experience it, like especially the officials when they are sitting, I mean, when they're in their offices and they're not able to imagine what it is really like for pedestrians to experience it every day. So through the VR, that is something that the students are working on. So it was a great experience to actually see that through the VR and like feel it. Right now, this would take another 2 weeks to finalize, and by 4th of July is when the entire cohort is going to have an exhibition. So we are kind of looking forward to that. And if this happens and is successful, we want to kind of have it as a separate thing running on the website as well, where people can other people can experience what it would be like. The second project that the students worked on was the intersection analysis. So we have actually taken Chakala intersection, which is outside Holy Family School, Holy Family Church, and we've tried to analyze the patterns of vehicle movement and pedestrian movement so that we can understand what are the desire lines that pedestrians and vehicles are actually using. I can just pull up the uh, junction that we're looking at. Second. Yeah, so we were looking at this junction where this is right outside the Holy Family Church, and we see a lot of foot traffic over here and a very heavy vehicular traffic as well. So this is Andheri Kurla Road and Cardinal Gracious Road. So the students have tried to write a code to understand and have lines where pedestrians are actually walking from. So we kind of can see where we can tighten the curve and where the traffic islands or any other infrastructure improvements can come. It also gives an insight on the shortest or the desired line that pedestrians are using to cross this junction. Right now, it is very chaotic and very dangerous also when people are crossing. These are some images, but this is how basically pedestrians are crossing. They just go through the traffic, and there is no traffic calming element like a speed breaker or anything over here. So the vehicles turning here are at a considerably high speed, which is very dangerous for all of the people who are crossing. So once we have the traffic analysis from the students, we want to largely take it to Murji Patel or whichever official, like the ward officer, to have improvements on the specific junction. During our Chakala study, also we had spoken to a few shopkeepers at this specific junction, and they had also shared that they saw a lot of accidents happening at this specific junction. So that is the reason why we have picked this specific junction and really want to push it for some improvement once the students kind of finish the study. Yeah, that is one update. Okay, Rohini has her hand up.
Yes, I was just looking at what you were sharing just now, and I want to know if you all have, or if there are any people in Juhu area who are trying something similar. The reason I'm asking is because I work in Juhu, just near main Juhu Chowpatty, and every day I have to cross the road. Um, so I love taking public transport. I take it as much as possible. I have to cross the road from the uh, Juhu bus depot, the main one at Chowpatty, to the other side, which is Maharaja Bog, if anyone is familiar on Juhu Tara Road. And it's extremely dangerous because one is, of course, now it's holiday season. There are hordes of people crossing. There is no traffic policeman. There is, of course, zebra crossing that no one bothers. So the vehicles are coming at a speed. Plus, it's at a turn. So the vehicles, it's a blind spot for them. They don't realize till they're really close. And a lot of elderly people, senior citizens, their children, and everyone has to just keep running across. And this is any time, like morning, afternoon, evening, night, and it's the worst on weekends. So is there anything similar that you guys are doing over there, or is there any group or something that um, is activating something that side in that area that I could be a part of?
So Juhu Road was one of the suggestions we had given for the footpath improvement project. I'm not sure if you are aware of it, but we had met Mr. Abhijit Bangar, who is the additional municipal commissioner of like projects. So we had a few follow-up meetings with him from end of 2024, and he had in the end allotted 100 crores for footpath improvement within the city. So we had suggested a few routes, out of which in the western suburbs we had suggested Juhutara Road. So I can just open it. So we had visited Juhutara Road specifically uh, with the road engineer, and we had done a general study and understanding of the road, and especially the junction that you mentioned. We had given improvements and suggestions what can be done. So right now, the like status of the project is that after the municipal commissioner changed, it's on hold. So we're trying to chase a meeting with her so that she kind of pushes it, and it actually goes to the improvement. Right now the tenders are out, but it's halted. So that is what the status is about that road. So Juhu Tara Road we have actually taken from Shiv Sagar Hotel all the way up to the um, Centaur Hotel that is there. But I think from the Key West ward office, they have taken a longer section towards Sea Princess. So that road is being like in the suggestions for improvement. From our side, we have conducted like a street view mapping of that road and compiled a report in terms of the improvements that can be done. Apart from that, we have one very active member from K West. Her name is Zahida Banatwala. So she has been very active in the ward. She was also a part of the town vending committee for K West. So I think it would be great if you could connect with her, and if there is some other roads that we can get, we can go ahead with it.
But if you could please share her details with me, and I would love to get in touch with her to take it
Yeah,
forward. Thank you.
I
Do you
can.
think, Sonia Saraf, I think Sonia Saraf also would be in the same ward. She lives in that Gulmohar area, Gulmohar colony area.
Right,
Is
right.
that the same?
Muhar colony would also be K
Not
West,
too
right?
close. I'm not sure. It's not too close to the junction that I was talking about. But as Aishwarya was saying, yeah, from Shiv Sagar to Sea Princess, that area really needs some kind of support.
Kevin is she's talking about a different area. Gulmohar is more towards Barfiwala Lane.
Okay, so yeah, but the only reason why I mentioned was that Dr. Charat Singh Colony Road, which was surveyed by the urban designer Sonia Saraf, she lives in Gulmohar, so maybe if they can all get together, it would probably might help. That's why I suggested.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Connect her with this lady.
Sure, I will do that.
I'll also actually share the ward map we had prepared for western suburbs. Uh, we are minute to locate it.
So Aishwarya, what is the plan for next week? Vedanta is not around. When is he coming back?
He will return next Saturday, Saturday night.
Okay.
So he will be not available this entire week.
Okay.
Right now, according to the like projects that are there, so I'll be busy with the BKC mapping presentation to finalize it, and the report to take it up, release it. Second is from the follow-up of Ashish Shilar meeting, he had connected us to the Deputy DMC, Deputy Municipal Commissioner of H West Ward. So he will be convening a joint meeting with the road engineers of H West Ward to look at improvements within H West on SV Road specifically. So they want us to kind of create a presentation of what we're asking them of. So we want to mainly have visualizations where they could see what improvements would look like on SV Road. So that is also something that um, yeah, so these are some of the like activities that I'll be working.
So is this particular thing also being which was being planned by Zora?
Yeah. She had also attended the meeting. So she was also a part of it, and she basically what the DMC asked of Zora specifically was to be in touch with them for the MMI plans. So we had like brought up that the multimodal integration plans prepared by MMRDA were not being executed on ground, and as they were designed. So since she was a part of the team that actually designed made the plans, so he has said that just to be in touch with them and share the plans so that they can see if they can execute according to the layout.
Yeah. So the multimodal plan is a separate thing, and this SV road improvement is two separate projects as such, or is it sort of interlinked?
It is interlinked. So SV Road section that is coming under the MMI plan is entirely through that is running under the metro line. So unfortunately, MMRDA has not taken all of the sections under the MMI plan. So they have only taken sections under the station box. So the sections of SV road that are not under the station box are not being done by MMRDA. So that is what
Okay. So it's sort of like we both need to
distributed.
be put together to have the entire stretch of SV road walkable or properly rationalized.
Yeah. So that is
Got it.
where Zora also wants to come in. If they can take the entire length, that would be like very good if they actually take it up.
So as of now, H West section, whatever road of whatever SV road comes under H West section, H West ward is what is being worked upon.
Yeah.
Okay,
That
got it.
would be from Milan subway up to Bandra station. But again, like MMI um, plans are only for the sections under the station box. So we have a few like 100 to 150 meters radius around the station box is what the MMI plans are for. So the rest of the like part of SV road does not have any plans or any improvement. So that is where we want to kind of mesh it.
Okay.
So I will just quickly share the Jubu Road ward map that we had prepared for Rohini. Right. Oh, okay. Yeah. So this is the ward map basically that we had prepared, where we've sort of just marked all of the obstructions and unwalkable stretches that are there along the road. So, and we've kind of added the images also. We had street view map both the sides of Juhu Road and kind of added all of the images and improvements that they can do. Main problem that we had noticed there was the curve line alignment with the tree beds. A lot of the sections where like the trees were placed right outside on the shoulder portion, and the footpath was very much inside towards the boundary wall of the building. So that if they just rationalize, that is something that one of the suggestions we had given. uh, these were the smaller suggestions that were there. So this is something that we had prepared. I can share it with you if you would like to go through it. This was
Yes,
shared
please
with,
share it with me when possible.
yeah, this exactly was shared with the road department engineer, and the engineer for the K West ward was very like in alignment of all of the improvements. So like we had hopes from him that he would actually maybe define the carriageway and the curb line well. So if in the future we have meetings with him, you're welcome to join and give more suggestions if you have.
Yes, absolutely. I'd like to be a part of it.
I would like to give two quick updates since we're closing on the ending time. We had a meeting with United Way Mumbai on 11th June, Thursday. They want to actually, okay, I'll give like a introduction about United Way Mumbai. So, United Way Mumbai is an organization and they are the philanthropy partners of Tata Marathon. It basically is a non-profit organization, and they operate in different countries and cities, mainly in capacity building and improvement on various issues. So she reached out to Walking Project specifically to look at if we could do a joint kind of a um, program with school kids, specifically in Mumbai. So we were looking at having a program with school kids where they can audit their streets outside their schools or the roads that are around their schools, or even their walking experience from their home to school. And what she was looking at was a problem statement that the kids can identify and kind of have solutions or improvements from their side. So she said that they had conducted a similar issue kind of a program before, but the problems that they faced was that the children were not able to understand or have a perception of what the uh, existing conditions are or what the problems actually are. So that is something that they want Walking Project to be involved in. Um, we suggested that we can have a presentation with the school children where we kind of tweak it so that the children would understand what the elements of a footpath are and what it is, what a road design can look like. These are students of 8th to 10th standard like grade, and they initially have not had I mean, they've identified solutions, but they didn't know what to do after it. So the things that we were exploring were that they audit the street and then maybe write a letter to the ward officer, or write a write a report on their observations and problems while crossing, or whatever obstructions are there. We were also looking at activities like a design charrette where they would get a map of the neighborhood around their school, and they would mark where they like walking or where they have problems in walking. So these were some of the points that were discussed. Um, so United Way Mumbai is also a philanthropy partner of Tata Marathon. So that was also a point that was discussed, that we would eventually get in touch with them, and if we could have a visibility at the Tata Marathon, that would be great. So she was very forthcoming about it, and that would be in the works whenever the uh, like organization is on board with it. So that is one update. Second was that I actually had a meeting with a senior citizen from Vile East yesterday morning. So she actually had a accident in December 2025 where she fell on because of an uneven surface on the footpath outside her home, and she sustained 4 fractures on her right hand. And she wanted to get in touch with someone who would maybe just audit or just do something about the whole situation. And she got in touch with Rishi, and she's also taken up issues outside her house related to parking and um, unmanaged street vending. So she has reached out to the traffic police about these issues, and she will be visiting the ward office on Monday. So basically, we are looking at more citizens to come within Vile East and have the same kind of a framework that we've had in Chakala. So we are looking at street view mapping the streets in Vile, taking up priority roads and making a action plan for the ward officer or um, whoever is in charge. Maybe Parag Alwani is the MLA of Vile East constituency. So if he would be involved, that would be great. We had met him last year through the Chakala study, and he was quite forthcoming about it. So, well, looking forward if he gets involved. Um, I can share the location of where the incident happened. So the incident happened at the junction of Nehru Road and Shraddhanand Road in Vile East, which is right outside um, Shiv Sagar Hotel. So he has noted that a lot of double parking that happens across this junction. And the incident that happened with her was somewhere over here, where a lot of over here, where there are a lot of these street vendors which take up a lot of footpath space. So practically there is no space to for the, so a lot of the people are forced to walk along this section where two-wheelers, trucks, or even rickshaws like are also fighting for the space. And these kind of activities are also happening on the road where they're washing utensils, frying food, and all of that. So this entire section is, especially at peak times in the evenings, is not usable to walk or navigate through. So this section outside the Shiv Sagar also has a lot of parking problems and vending issues. So all of this is just not managed, and double and triple parking is what is happening over here. Immediate thing what I noticed was also the traffic island over here, which is completely inaccessible for people to cross. So a lot of conflict points over here and while crossing at this section. Vileparle, especially this section, also sees a lot of student commute that is happening because of the two colleges, which are Sati College and Dharmakar College, that are in the vicinity, and a lot of like tuition classes that are happening in these buildings. So it's a very chaotic junction in general, and the she also noted that the road which is next to the railway tracks has been reduced. The width has been reduced for some railway works, so the bus route has been shifted on this road. So that is also an additional conflict point, which is very dangerous, that happens with the pedestrians. So initially, this is the junction that we're looking at, but we want more. We're looking at a community talk where more citizens kind of get involved for improvement in Parla East.
Aishwarya, did you notice that there is a public parking area there in the Agarwal market, and that is hardly used because that's not been publicized, it's not visible, and it is very pricey.
Right.
So, so people tend to park anywhere they like.
Yeah. Is it chargeable like the parking in Agarwal market?
Yeah, it is there. It is underground parking. The impossible to get in and get out.
Right. Yeah. I mean, Agarwal market area is also busy, and even this road in the evening is very, very busy, being a two-way, and the vegetable market over here. So, as you said, a lot of parking happens where cars just wait till people are finished purchasing whatever they want. So, I think that management is really what would be required, and yeah. Even the main market road over here is something that
Yeah, it is the market. It is the market road area only. There is a car parking, public car parking space. Municipality managed, and
okay.
you have to really search to find out where it is.
Oh, okay, interesting. But yeah, I mean, I think we would be looking at the entire, or like a larger section of Vileparle East, a lot of potential roads that can be taken up for improvement, but also very challenging with the density that it has. So this hopefully would happen next week, depending on the availability of uh, uh, Rukaya Joshi, who is the senior citizen who fell and kind of brought our attention to the junction. Yeah.
Have you met with Parag Alvani?
No, not after the Chakala meeting that we had with him. Separately, we have not.
Okay.
she said that she has been in touch with him for a lot of years. So she has a rapport that she's built with him. And she also said that he is the man for Philippa release. So hopefully he would be he would be okay to like sort of take up improvements.
Let me know whenever you need to meet with Parag, so I can try and set up a meeting with him.
Sure. So that is it for the updates of last week. We've gone 5 minutes past the meeting time, but I'll open it to discussion if anyone wants to share anything.
I think we are much beyond our scheduled time.
Yeah.
If there's no questions, just close it.
Yeah, we can close it. Great. Thanks for joining. Rohini, I'll share all of the WhatsApp links with you.
Thank you.
Thanks everyone for joining.